day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart. We'll start by mapping out the current range. And as you can see, it's overall range from this area of demand that causes impulse. Obviously, you started trading sideways. Now the structure is broken down to the downside. Did come back down to discount, did tap into this area of demand, this last sale before the buy, and buyers started to step back in. Couldn't really push up past the highs last week, but now appears it formed a temporary downward descending channel. And with strong dollar news, weak dollar news, prices start to break out earlier last night. And waiting to see if these highs can be taken out. This high can be taken out. Looking for any type of buying opportunities. It did, like I said, retrace back down to discount. Tap to an area of demand. Now looking for any type of buying opportunities. Waiting to see if this high will be broken. Since these buyers stepped back in, they weren't able to break this high. But now you can see prices are moving higher. I'm looking for any opportunity to take any buy that will target the highs of the overall range. GBP USD. Let's go map out the current range. So that's his overall range. Prices had to continue to move sideways. Like Euro, it started to break down. Structure started to break down. And then we modified the range to this, since it did break down to new lows, with this being the strong lower high. And as you can see, prices start to retrace or to move, push to higher prices. Did tap into this high. Looking for this to close over this high, start targeting the highs of the overall range. Could be considered a spring if this looks like a reaccumulation of prices. It just didn't retrace back down far enough like Euro did. Did tap into this sell before the buy, but never went down to the discount of the overall range that was just mapped out. So looking to see any type of buying opportunity, just like with Euro. On the weak dollar news, AUD, AUD USD, Aussie dollar. It's going to map out the current range. Prices continue to move in a sideways direction in this overall consolidated channel sideways. Prices did make this high. Sellers weren't able to step back, were able to step back in, but weren't able to break the lows. Still liquidity sitting on its lows, forming a support area. And buyers reacted. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Buyers reacted from that area. Weren't able to take out the highs of the overall range, but as you can see, market structure starting to break to the upside. Fractal structure, swing structure, bullish. Fractal structure, bullish. Looking for any type of buying opportunity. It might be a buying opportunity now. So this could be forming a new higher low compared to this low. And it's could be targeting the highs of the overall range. So we continue to check with the strength of the dollar. NZD USD, but map out the current overall range. Just like with the other US dollar pairs, it's continued to trade sideways, but this is similar to pound dollar, as this high was the lower high compared to this high, and this caused a break in the structure, break past all of the support, and structure continued to the downside. So technically, for the 4-hour chart, this would be the bearish range. As you can see, it pulled back into premium, but the sellers weren't able to take out the lows of that range due to, once again, the weakness of the dollar. As that continues to happen, then we would expect this to be forming a higher low, just like with Aussie dollar. So this start to break past these highs, then I'll be looking for a buying opportunity to target the highs of the overall range. This high of the overall range. And looking to take any type of see any type of bullish momentum. GBP AUD. Let's go map out the current range. You can see from here, sellers just step back in. Seller step back in from this lower high. Now buyer step back in here, started to push the prices higher, went back into premium, started to push back down. Sellers weren't able to take out the lows of the overall range. And then buyer step back in, starting to push higher, starting to break highs. The fractal structure, internal structure of this overall range is bullish. Fractal structure bullish, but the swing structure is still bearish because the price action hasn't taken out the highs. So we're looking to see if prices continue to trade higher internally, but if it does start to break down lower, we'll be looking for any type of selling opportunities. Liquidity sitting under these lows. Look to trade lower, even though it is breaking new highs internally, but it did tap into this area of supply. We're really looking for any type of selling opportunity to see if it can take out these lows and start targeting the lows of the overall range. GBP NZD. So let's go ahead and map out the current range. This is still trading lower. This is still the high that took out the lows, and prices started to retrace back into premium of this overall range. So just like with GBP AUD, internally, fractally is bullish, but swing structure still bearish. But you can see prices marking higher highs, higher lows, and then higher highs. So structure internally of this range is bullish, like I just said. But I'll be looking for a type of selling opportunity, just like with GBP AUD. There's liquidity sitting at these lows since the overall range is bearish. I'm gonna look to see if prices make a decision. If buyers can step back in and start pushing past these highs, it's possible for a buying opportunity. But overall, like I said, we're looking for any type of bearish momentum. If bearish momentum kicks in, then I'll be looking for any type of selling opportunity targeting the lows of the overall range. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.